Hello and welcome to the presentation of the online tool called Finder.domains, which is a tool to help you qualify expired domains in the easiest way possible. As an introduction, first I'd like to remind you the main problems that we are facing when we want to find good quality domains. So we need to check first if the domains we are considering is really expired and available, because sometimes we spend a lot of time in securing a domain, analyzing its data, and we find out in the end that it's already taken. We want to check various parameters. For example, if it still has some index pages in order to avoid any filter or manual actions. We also want to check if it had traffic in the past, recent past. We want to check the keywords associated to this domain, the number of referring domains, the trust flow or citation flow, and many others small metrics. We also want to check if it's considered as a spammy domains, whether it's in the URLs or the anchors. And we, of course, would like to avoid, in principle, to have domains that have been spam for Nike or Jordan or any type of this spammy domains. We also are interested in checking the age and also sometimes see what was the outlook of the past recordings in the Wayback Machine. We want also to see the traffic level. So that's usually a quite significant loss of time. So the more domains you want to qualify, the more time you need to spend in doing so. The second point is also the part on the price and the cost that you have to invest in doing these checks on the metrics. So if you use tools such as SEMrush, SEO Observer, or Ahrefs, these tools are great for SEO, but they are very expensive and they are not so much focused on answering our target today is to qualify a domain name. So you also can have an in-house developed tool, which is quite expensive because first you have to develop it and then you have to pay for the data that are retrieved from the various APIs to get the SEO metrics. Or you can also use some other tools that requires, in that case, much more knowledge in order to master these tools. Some of them are a bit old school, like RDDZ tools or Scrapegox or Zenoposter. So they may be efficient, but it requires some skills that you may not have, and time, and also some additional costs such as proxies and servers and so on. So that's the point number 2 that you may face as a problem. The third one is actually on the market, there is no really dedicated to validate expired domains tool. So this is the presentation today is to show you how finders.domains is qualified to answer these issues and to find the best solution in an all-in-one tool. You can still do it manually, but if you want to save money, of course, but you will have to dedicate a large amount of time. So here is the presentation of Finder Domains interface. When you first connect to the website, you will have a small introduction, video presentation here, and you can go all the way down and choose the subscription that fits best your needs. Either you want to go for a monthly plan where you have no engagement if you want to use it for only 1 or 3 months, or you can go for the yearly plan and save 60. On the left-hand side, you have a menu that I will detail in a few minutes. So once you have selected the plan you want, you click on it and you will be redirected to the connection. You just type in email and passwords 2 times and you will be able to process the payment. So once you have entered, you have here your dashboard where you see the remaining credits you have compared to the 700 credits you get every month. So for you to have a better idea, if you want to know if the 700 credits corresponds to more than 20 domain names to be analyzed every day on the whole month. So that gives you a better idea. So here I have not started making any analysis, so my statistics are 0, but once it will be filled, you will be able to see that I have, let's say, 50 domain names available out of, for example, 85. All the way down, you will see a graphic depending on the TLD that you have analyzed, and that gives me the opportunity to explain you what are the TLDs available as of today within the tool. So the various countries are Australia, Bulgaria, Canada, Canada.com, Germany, EU, France, .info, Luxembourg, .net, the Netherlands, .org, Poland, Portugal, .site, .us, XYZ, Switzerland, Spain, Belgium, Mexico, .co.uk, .ie, and Italy. So let's start as an example to look for some expired domains. Let's connect into expireddomains.net. I will make a search. Let's assume I want to have domain names that contains the word bike, that have backlinks at a minimum of 50 and that are in the dictionary English. So I apply filter and I arrive with results of on 4 pages. I order them per backlink. So the very first ones are, let's say, with a high level of backlink. Let's assume I want to go to page 2. I make a complete selection of these domain names. I will go to the import list and paste them in the section to import. And then I will give them a name. I will give them expired domains. Pick would be bike. It's always better to give a title because later on it's easier to search. And let's say date, May 2020. Here, on this field, it's metrics database. It's optional. If you leave it on the automatic mode, then it will determine by default which is the SEMrush database it will search. So if I am in .com, it will search by default US database. But if you select domain names that are, let's say, in .com, but in Spanish language, you have then to select in the drop-down the proper language and put the right one so the SEMrush database is requested properly. So Spanish would be here, Spain, it will be translated to have the proper one. So I'm going to ask to process my list. Here there's a pop-up menu. If in the end I don't want to have this one analyzed, I can click and it will not be going through the importing process. Just click it here and let's wait a few, let's say between 1 or 2 minutes so that the live query of all this information will be processed. And let's say in between 1 and 2 minutes, I will go to the domain name and see the results. So we are now in the domain name section where after importing domain names, processing has been made and I can see now the results. So I have the complete list that has been displayed. So I'll explain you first. So in the first column, you have the domain name. Then you have the country associated to the TLD. Then you have the title of my list. That's what I typed in just before because it's easier than to filter later on. Then I have here in this column the number of pages that are still indexed in Google. So I can click here and filter them by priority. So the first website called mybikezone.com has the highest number of Google indexed pages. Here it says 41. I can also click on it and see what are the URLs. So this is a very good way to check quickly, instantly, if this is considered to be a spammy URL. So it seems to be okay. I don't see anything major. No red flag for now. Here you have the estimated traffic. So none. It has been probably dropped for some time. Then the number of keywords, none. Then you have the referring domains, 51 according to Majestic. Here you have the spam score. So if we click on it, it will give us an answer. And according to the internal estimation of the program, it says it has no spam. So no spam content, no spam encores, and no spam web archive. It says not 100% insurance, but it's quite accurate. But it's always good to check here and here. So here you have the trust flow from Majestic. Here you have the citation flow from Majestic. Here, if you click again, you can inspect the encores. Here you have to import them and you see exercise bike zone blog, exercise. So it seems fast pocket bikes. It seems to be quite, there is one here element that looks a bit strange, maybe some exotic characters. You can go for the topical from Majestic and see what it says. So if we go more to the right hand side, you can also check the flame based on Majestics. So sometimes you have some nice flames. Here you can say the website is quite old, 18 years old. Here, if you want to analyze the domain, you can click on it. And if you have SEMrush, it will open directly inside SEMrush and you will be able to see the results. Then you have the same data if you want to inspect them in SEO Observer. You can open also in Google and see the pages, the index pages. So let's give it time to do the site column. It has been Chinese-ized, so to say. So we can say this one we won't take because definitely probably not a one we want. So Chinese character, yeah, my backzone. So here we can open in the web app machine and see what it says. We will give it time to load. And then we can go also in, click here and buy the domain. So if we can do that, then it will charge OVH by default. But once I have validated a website, then I go and do something like go in Internet BS. And if I don't like this one, I can just delete it. But this website is here in red, which means it's not available. So it's good. Anyway, Chinese language, we don't want to have it. But now we can focus on the green ones. The green ones are the ones that are still available. Here we have another one that is not available. So there is an advanced way of filtering. I've shown you the various headers, but you can here click on show filters and filter more. So if you want to have something in a trust flow that is more than 3, then you go for it and it should filter them. We have only 4 of them. So I remove the filter if I want citation flow, which is more than 5, and we have this list. If I want to have some that has traffic, well, let's remove this filter first. But for traffic, all of them are 0. So if I put traffic 1, should be empty. Yeah. What about keyword amounts? Also, if I want to have more than 5 keywords or 2 or 1, I could also hide the ones that are non-indexed, for example. So these ones will disappear if I want to remove all the websites that are not indexed. So I click here, and hop, they disappear. You can also see the traffic in general or only recently or 3 months or 6 months ago. And you can also filter by keywords. So let's do road. Do we have, we don't have keywords name as road. So I want to have keywords. Oh yeah, there's 0 keywords. So we won't have any results if we filter anything with a keyword. Okay, so now we are going to test the Chrome extension. So if you have not installed it yet, you just click on the left-hand side menu. It will open the Google Chrome App Store. Here I have installed it already, but you just click here, install inside Chrome, you validate, and then you will have this small icon that will appear. Domains Finders has access to this website. For example, in UDOT, I've made a selection based on the keyword bike. I've made some small refinements. And I have here a large list of potentially domains that could be interested. So I'm going to click on the icon and it says, 37 domains that would be available. So I'm going to say test all of them. So the import has started. I just need to wait for a minute or two until it's been integrated in my dashboard and I will be able to analyze them. So let's see if it has been integrated. We update our page. So we have imported domain names from UDOT that are available. Out of the 3 analyzed, 1 is not Google indexed and the 2 other ones are available and 1 has traffic. So that gives me the opportunity to show you what is the traffic outlook. So we see on the green part that there is on average about 120 keywords and it's going down to 107, and that traffic was rising from 60 to up to 150, and this is, let's say, the last 6 months evolution. So that gives you a fairly good idea of the quality of the domain in terms of keywords and traffic. So that's very good. 12 keywords. Can we see what are the keywords available? So this is Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but it seems to be speaking about bicycle. That's a good sign. We have here spam score should be no problem. Let's see what it says. Yes. Trust flow of 6, citation flow of 11. So this one looks pretty good. Have I looked at the URLs? URLs, we have PDF. Looks, yeah, seems to be okay. We have anchors. Let's import and see what they say. Okay, looks also pretty good. No major red flag. And then I want to see, just in case, in Google, what the site says. Sometimes I also like to check the images. That's a very quick check, so this is, yeah, pretty good. Although it's not, yes, it is, rodaiberia.es. So this is really good. Although only 16 pages indexed, not a huge traffic, but it's better than nothing. And it's actually, let's have a look at this one. Actually, no traffic, but it has still a lot of index pages. But is it, oh, it's not related to, it's called Mallorca booking. So yeah, it has the keyword bike, but it's not related to bike. It's a hotel booking. It could be interesting because, yeah, it does not seem spammed. So we're going to analyze this one too. So let's check the keywords. So it's definitely hotel. No major red flag. Let's check the anchors. Oh, I'm not on the right one. I should be here. Download image, cafe. Oh, we have German here. Oh, we have Russian. That might not be as qualitative as the previous one. Let me see on Google what it says. 138. This may have been, no, still pretty good. So I say it's still a good candidate for our potential strategies. So let me introduce you to a great function of Finder's domains, which is focusing on pending delete domains. So if you are looking for soon to be available domains and you have the possibility in expired domains to filter on pending delete, you may want to analyze domains that will be becoming available soon. So if that's the case, you can make some filters as usual in expired domains, or you have your own list from other places, and you can integrate in the same way we have done before the domains. So just make a selection and copy, and when you integrate them in the list, we will be able to have this function that is allowing you to either have the non-available domains analyzed or not. So if you get this SEO metrics from unavailable domains, so if it's activated like this right now, then all the domains will be analyzed, and even the non-available ones, like the one in coming from the pending delete, because you want to analyze the domains before they are going to be released. And if that's the case, then you will be deducted 1 credit per domain analysis. So let's proceed and see how it works. We see that some TLDs are not available for us to be analyzed in the tool right now. So the .asia and the .cn, but the others will be imported and analyzed. So here is the result after waiting, let's say 2 minutes for the import process and the analyzing process to happen. We can see that we have this nikezoom.us that has appeared and it's available. So that was the first one from our list. And actually, if we ask to display the non-availables, then we see that the other ones are either already taken or have not been released yet. But that gives us the opportunity to analyze. Let's assume that this one has not been released yet, but we see that it has 100 index pages still and has some good metrics. Apparently no traffic. So we can check the keywords. we can do the usual analysis. This is to show you that we can also import domains that are not available yet. Ideally speaking, you don't want to analyze domains that are already taken, except in the case of the pending delete, because they should be released soon. So that's a great trick to try to snap good domains that will be released soon. So this is about the end of the presentation. Just a few more elements. So you have the display of the imported domains, you have the import section, you have the contact us page where you can just leave your email, write the question and detail your message. You have a section for tutorials, you have the section to install the application, the Chrome extension, and you have the possibility also to leave a message online to the support team. And finally, you can become an affiliate to this program and earn 300 credits per sponsored new customers. So any new customer that will subscribe through your affiliate link will bring you 300 additional new credits. So that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.